All right. So he brought up a very salient issue. That's the issue of subsidy. This government came in with the main issue saying they are going to remove fuel subsidy. They made the declaration and they said they were actually going to do that. And then after a while, they extended it. They pushed it forward by 18 months. Now it is captured in this budget that is going to run until June. And a colossal amount of money has been allocated to that. Over 3 trillion naira. So where do we go with this subsidy issue? Meanwhile, by the time that this is removed in June, a new government will be in place. Keeping in mind that
subsidy is actually, or our own subsidy is not an economic entity. It is a political entity. And globally even, wherever you have subsidy running through 2-3 different financial years, then you know it's no more subsidy. Subsidies are meant to solve certain economic problems for certain times.
And they expire.
Once we are out of those problems, then the subsidies would go. Now, in our own case, the subsidy has been there for donkey years. And we actually, every time we come, we treat the subsidy as being economic. There's nothing economic about the subsidy. Before the poor man on the street gains 10 naira of our own subsidy, the cabal up there are getting 500 naira.
That's it.
That's what is happening. So the government actually, subsidy is not subsidizing the poor. It is, in fact, don't even call it subsidy. It's a freebie. You are only giving people, there's a political cabal there fighting. They must fight to keep the subsidy. And they have so much brainwashed the general public. If you try to tell the general public that government will remove subsidy, they say, okay, we don't trust the government. If they remove the subsidy, what would they do with it? In fact, there's something we enjoy there. You enjoy 10 naira, somebody is enjoying 500 naira up there, and you are still happy with it. So they have so much brainwashed. So we don't actually need this subsidy. 3 trillion naira, half of our capital expenditure budget. If you would put that into our capital expenditure budget, the Sani Abacha days did something that should have been in place by now. If we want to remove the subsidy gradually, I think we could go the way of the former PTF. If that is, if Nigerians don't even trust the government, and Nigerians don't have to trust the government because of the wastages we have mentioned here. There are so many of these things going on. We mentioned about the waivers, the white-collar stealing of Nigeria's resources and so on. I will tell you now, one of the problems we are facing in our exchange rate, there is something a little bit hidden. We can go back 20 years and look at how Nigeria has not been able to repatriate over $1 trillion of our exports. We export, by law, there's a Pre-Shipment Inspection of Exports Act. By law, when you export, you repatriate the proceeds. Go and check. There is no export entity obeying that law, repatriating our. The best they will do is they export, then for the sake of the law, they repatriate, and then the next day, today the account is credited.
Yes.
The next day, it is debited wholly. So if you don't have those dollars, why are you talking about dollar scarcity? We export, the money is not coming back. And that one, nobody has even spoken about that. If you attack that now, they will say you are attacking the central bank. The central bank seems to have become an epitome of Nigeria's problem today. So I think subsidy is actually not economic, it's political. If we want to check the issue of subsidy, let us look at the politicians and tell them, look, this is your own thing, we don't want it.